destroying Christmas for children. You can't get much more evil than that. Let's just hope it's enough to bring Endora back. What's that? It worked. It's Endora. Oh, my sweet, precious daughter's come back for the holidays. Endora, sweet pea. Come to Mummy. Oh, I've missed you so much. And so has Kay and Fluffy and all your little mortal friends in preschool. Come to Mummy, sweet pea. Let me take you home for good this time.
My first time with a man, and not just any man, Luis. I never knew I could feel this way, but I know I never want it to stop.
I found all sorts of holistic treatments on the internet, and this herbal tea that I'm giving Jonathan right now is one of them. And I can tell it's working.
You can tell?
Yes, I can. He seems to be responding.
Gwen, Dr. Walker hasn't even evaluated him since you've been giving him this stuff.
Well, I don't think Dr. Walker even needs to evaluate him, because I think this is the cure we've been looking for.
Gwen...
Ethan, this is amazing. I mean, it doesn't even matter now if we find a donor match for Jonathan. Because you don't need a partial liver transplant to survive, sweetheart. You're going to be okay without one. Yes, you are.
Sweetheart. Hi. Gosh, I hope I didn't wake you up when I had the nanny bring you over here to the hospital.
No, I was doing schoolwork.
Okay, good. You want to sit down? Tell me, how was school today?
Everyone's still talking about Manny Ramirez coming to sports day with me.
I know. That was amazing, right? How Ethan had that whole thing set up.
So why'd you want me to come to the hospital? Are you sick?
No, I'm not sick. I wanted to talk to you about Ethan's son with Gwen.
Jonathan, he's been really sick.
He's been very sick.
Is he getting better?
No. Actually, Jonathan, he needs a partial liver transplant to get well again.
Why? What does a liver do?
A liver is an organ in your body that kind of gets rid of all that waste, and it keeps us healthy. And, well, we can't survive without a liver in good working order.
And Jonathan's isn't working great?
No. But, before someone can actually give Jonathan part of their liver, they need to be tested.
To see if Jonathan's body will accept a strange liver?
Yeah. How did you know that?
I read a lot.
Yeah. Well, the doctor has tested a whole bunch of people, and only 2 were a match. Your sister, Jane, actually was a match, but she can't help Jonathan because she has an ear infection.
So, who's left?
Someone wonderful. Someone very kind and good. Someone who has the power to save Ethan's son with Gwen.
You like these good herbs, don't you, sweetheart? You know they're making you better.
Gwen, we need to talk.
It's just incredible that the answer to Jonathan's problem was on the internet all this time. Our little boy doesn't need a partial liver transplant to survive. Just the natural cure that comes from drinking this.
Listen, about this remedy of your...
It's working. Jonathan's getting better already.
Actually,
And you know what? You know what's amazing? This is just the first dose. Can you imagine how much better he's going to be with just a few more treatments?
Honey, you need to face reality right now.
I know. know our son is getting better.
He's not getting better. He's dying. He needs a partial liver transplant, and unless by some miracle of God we find a donor, he isn't going to make it.
Who is it, Mom? Who can help save Jonathan's life?
You. Maybe it's you.
Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are my passion for life.
Oh, Luis, having you have me has been worth the wait. Being in your embrace, feeling your arms around me, this has to be what love feels like. It has to be.
I'm doing this to get out of here and get Marty back for Sheridan. I just hope Pretty and Fancy understand that. What the hell?
God, it's you.
Jonathan's gonna be just fine. We are not gonna bury him next to Sarah.
Oh, God, Gwen.
Don't patronize me. Ethan, I've done a lot of research on the internet about holistic treatments, and they work for people. And it's gonna work for Jonathan, too. Look at this. He finished his bottle already. And now, this boy needs to get his rest, because rest is also a very large part of the cure, right, sweetheart? Okay.
He's not sleepy. He's weak and he's lethargic.
You have sweet dreams, my baby boy.
Gwen, Ethan, I came to check on Jonathan.
Well, he is doing much better.
We need to talk now.
I gather you wanted to speak in private.
Yes. Gwen is in denial about what's going on. My son is going to die. I mean, not that I blame her. If I thought that drinking some herbal concoction would save my son, I'd be all for it. But I can't keep her from going down this holistic path because she's the parent of record.
Everyone has their own way of coping with impending loss. Denial is not uncommon, especially given Gwen's history with Sarah.
Just tell me that there's something we can do, please. I just need some hope here. I mean, I don't care how slim the odds are. I just need a little hope, Doctor.
So I can help save Jonathan?
Yes. If you decide to.
But how do you know I'm a match?
Well, do you remember earlier tonight, the nurse came to the mansion and she took a sample of your blood?
Yeah, it was for school.
Well, actually, it was to find out if you could give Jonathan part of your liver. And it turned out that you were a perfect match.
But they would have to take out part of my liver to save Jonathan?
Yes. Now, the doctor would make sure that you were healthy. And then you would have surgery.
That would hurt, wouldn't it?
It would hurt. But after the operation, they would give you medication for the pain. And I would make sure that you had all the ice cream that you ever wanted to get better, okay?
Is it true what I heard?
Is what true?
That if Jonathan doesn't get the transplant, he'll die?
Yes, sweetheart. If Jonathan doesn't have a liver transplant, he will die.
And I'm the only one who can help him?
Yes. Your sister can't because she has an ear infection.
Oh.
So, how do you feel about helping Jonathan?
Well, I want to. I'm just afraid of getting cut open.
Of course you are. And you know what? If this is too scary, then we don't need to talk about this anymore.
Can't believe you barged in here like this.
I can.
Hello, Reese. Pretty? Am I interrupting something?
Look, I'll take anything at this point. All right, a possible donor in another state, new treatment therapy, experimental drugs, I don't care, but I need some hope that my son will survive. Please.
I'm sorry, Ethan. I wish I could boost your spirits with a glimmer of good news, but I can't. There is no other treatment. No miracle drug, no magic bullet.
You're telling me there's no hope for my son?
No. Without a partial liver transplant, your son will die.
The idea of someone opening us up to take out part of us, that's very scary. But I just wanted you to know that you have the chance to help Jonathan if you want to help him.
It's not that I don't want to help him. I'm afraid.
You're afraid of the surgery.
Does that make me a wuss?
Oh my God. No. Honey, you're feeling everything that you're supposed to be feeling. I know I am asking a lot of you. But I need you to understand that I'm just asking you, okay? I'm not telling you to do anything. It's up to you to decide whether or not you want to help Jonathan by giving him part of your liver.
Oh, Dora. Oh, my precious daughter, ripped from our happy home by those devilish demons. I'm so happy you've come back. Come to me. Come to Mommy. Dora, your hair. I didn't know you could... Wait a minute. You're not Endora. Who are you? What do you want?
Were you interrupting anything? You sick bastard.
You know damn well what you're interrupting.
Yes, you were having sex with my granddaughter.
Yes? Because you said if we did it, you would set us free.
I did say that, but I never thought you'd actually do it. I thought that you would always remain true blue to my other granddaughter, Fancy.
Well, it's not like I wanted to have sex with Pretty.
Yeah, but you told Fancy that you really loved her and didn't want anyone else. Of course, you told the same lie to Sheridan. You see, that's why Luis was no good for Sheridan, or Fancy, or even you. Because he keeps stringing all three of you along. Don't you?
Answer me, you apparition. If you're not Endora, then who are you? And you better not be that little angel girl, because I am in no mood to have that brat back here.
Gifts again, princess.
Timmy? Timmy? Is that you? It is you. It's you, my precious Tim Tim.
I'm not stringing Pretty along. We were doing what you demanded so that we could get out of here.
Is that what you thought, Pretty?
That's what she thought. She's the one who convinced me to do it.
Oh, what does it take to convince a pig like Luis? A pulse?
All right, you know what? I'm not going to debate this with you, Alistair.
Well, of course you're not going to debate it with me because you won't win. Sheridan and Fancy are going to be shocked and crushed when they find out about the little affair.
I wasn't having an affair with her, okay? We were just having sex, like you asked.
People say that I'm cold and uncaring.
We agreed to make love so that we could get out of here.
Never seen the point, Luis. You've been my prisoner for what? A few hours? Huh? Is that it? And already you've betrayed Fancy, haven't you? Your problem is you've used Sheridan and Fancy, and now you're trying to use Pretty. You don't have any morals. You don't have any scruples. You don't have any integrity.
Stop it, grandfather. Okay, Luis is not as you say he is. He is kind and gentle and caring. He's the best man I've ever met.
Oh, Timmy, your princess is so glad to see you. And your special trademark drink is as special as ever.
Timmy doesn't mean to brag, but he was named Heavenly Host for the 4th year in a row.
Oh, well, congratulations. Oh, I've missed you so much, Tim. And before I forget, so has Julian, Endora's father.
He and Timmy got close before Timmy crossed over.
Oh, yes, well, we don't want to talk about that or I shall start to cry.
Okay, Princess. Timmy will keep Tabby's focus.
Will you let me just hold your hand?
Timmy rather not.
Why not, lad? It's not like you to be so... No, not Timmy. That's not his hand. What sort of trick is this?
Timmy can explain.
The hell he can. You're not my Timmy. What the blazes is going on here?
What did you say?
I said that Luis is the best man I have ever met.
Thanks.
So stop putting him down.
I certainly don't like that tone of voice.
And I don't like you attacking Luis for doing exactly what you insisted he do.
Oh, come off of it. Man's a complete cad. He jumped from Fancy's bed directly into yours. The blink of an eye.
What the hell are we supposed to do? Or what, we're supposed to wait here for weeks before we have sex for appearance's sake? What the hell is wrong with you? Well, how the hell could you do this to your own granddaughter, to put her in a position like this to be used?
Luis is right. Okay, so stop yelling at him for doing exactly what you insisted he do despite his misgivings. It's proof that he is a good man. No wonder Fancy and Sheridan loved him so much.
Oh, my God. You are as stupid as you are ugly. And as gullible as you are. Just like your aunt and your sister. You have fallen in love with him, too.
Who are you? What are you? How dare you use Timmy to try and trick me?
It's no trick, Princess. Timmy is Timmy.
Well, then why are you here in doll form? Why didn't you come back as you did when Endora was born? As the little boy you were before you left us?
It's Christmas. Peak travel time for angels, heavenly hosts, and dearly departed. Timmy couldn't get a visitation slot on such short notice to come see his princess. So he sent his doll.
You sure this isn't a trick? Because what passes for my heart couldn't take it. Not after Endora being witch-napped in September. And ever since I have been doing evil to ransom her and your friend Miguel.
Timmy knows.
You do?
That's why Timmy's here. He came to warn his princess.
Warn me about what?
Endora. Timmy fears that if Tabby continues the way she is, she'll never see Endora again.
I'm going to say this to you one more time, okay? So that we are absolutely clear. I'm only asking you to help Jonathan. I'm not telling you to. Whatever you decide, it's perfectly fine with me.
What about Uncle Ethan? He would want me to do this, right?
He doesn't know that we're talking about this.
But he would want me to help his son.
Well, yeah, I mean, he loves Jonathan. He wants to do everything he can for him.
Jonathan's lucky that Ethan's his daddy.
He is the best.
I wish Uncle Ethan was my father. Can you imagine how great that would be?
Oh, yeah. I can.
Gwen's acting like Jonathan is going to enjoy his first Christmas, when we both know he's not going to unless he gets a partial liver transplant from someone.
Well, I understand Miss Hotchkiss has had a number of psychological issues over the past 8 years or so.
Yeah. It all started when I fell in love with Teresa. Certain events happened that she just couldn't handle. And I think if Jonathan dies, she's going to have a nervous breakdown. I'm talking about the padded cell and the straitjacket and the whole thing.
Well, although your imagery is a bit dated, I understand your concern.
Tell me what I'm supposed to do. She won't even accept the possibility that my son could die.
Well, that's a shame.
This is not acceptable. I mean, what am I supposed to do here? I mean, her having a nervous breakdown on top of me losing my son, I can't keep myself together. How am I supposed to help her?
Now, Ethan, I know you're stronger than you give yourself credit for. I know that you will know what you need to do for yourself and for Gwen when the time comes.
Well, I wonder about that, Doctor.
Well, I don't. As for Gwen, remember what I said earlier? Everyone has their own way of coping with something as devastating as the loss of a child. Gwen will have no choice but to face reality sooner rather than later. So don't push it. Let Gwen come to terms with the mortality of Jonathan on her own, in her own way. The worst is yet to come for Gwen. Don't rush its arrival. So for now, let Gwen live in denial. Okay?
Am I bad for wishing that, Mom? That Uncle Ethan was my dad and not Julian?
No. I know how much you love him and how much he loves you. I mean, you remember how he told you how much he loved you right after Jonathan was born?
I really do want to help Jonathan and Uncle Ethan. But...
What?
I wish there was someone else who could do it.
You're afraid of the surgery?
Does that make me a bad person?
No. Makes you honest. To tell you the truth, I wish there was actually someone else who could help Jonathan, but there isn't.
I don't understand.
What?
How can I be the best match for Jonathan when I'm not even related to him?
Why would you ask me something like that?
Because I heard someone say that the best donor for Jonathan is his brother or sister. So how can I be the best donor?
Oh.
What's wrong?
Trying to figure out the best way to answer this question.
That's easy. Tell me the truth.
The truth?
You promised you'd always be honest with me.
I did.
So how can I be the best donor for Jonathan?
Oh, good grief. Pretty. Pathetic. First man who touches you, you fall in love with him.
Just shut up, Alistair. Just shut up, okay?
Oh.
Besides, you know nothing about love.
Oh, but I do. I know the look in a woman's eyes when she's smitten with a man. It's happened to me many, many times.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're just not thinking of the look they get when they see the cash you're paying them to get some action?
Oh, you're hurting my feelings. And get a clue. Pretty. The only reason he had sex with you is for bragging rights.
Just don't listen to him, okay?
just does
No,
this to get off.
am I right or am I wrong? Did you return Pretty's feelings?
Pretty knows why we did what we did.
Look at my beast of a granddaughter. She has it bad for you.
Just shut up, Alistair.
See that? No man wants you.
Luis made love to me. Okay, it wasn't just sex, grandfather. I felt something. There was feeling there. Luis loved me.
Mom, how can I be enough like Uncle Ethan's son to give him part of my liver? I thought only brothers and sisters could do that kind of stuff.
Oh, God. If I don't tell little Ethan the truth, he's bound to guess it. And if he tells the wrong people, Gwen and Rebecca will have us all killed. Okay. Sweetheart. There's something that I've been wanting to tell you for a long time. I just haven't found the right moment to tell you. But I have to think that this is it.
Okay.
But first, I need you to promise me that what I'm about to tell you stays a secret. You have to swear never to tell anyone. The reason that you're able to give part of your liver to Jonathan is because he's your brother.
My brother? How can that be?
Honey, Julian isn't your father. Ethan is your real father.
Luis made love to me. And he was tender, gentle, and passionate.
Oh, come off of it. He's a man, and a man will have sex with anyone whenever the possibility arises.
Speak for yourself.
Am I wrong in saying that not too long ago, a few minutes ago, you said you had sex with my granddaughter because that means I would release you and you could go look for Marty, and then you could take Marty back to Sheridan, then you'd rush over to Fancy and try to explain yourself, and hopefully you'll become a couple again. But in your plan, I didn't hear one single solitary syllable about the name Pretty.
So what? You're just twisting my words to try and hurt her feelings.
It's the truth, Luis. You never tried to have sex with Pretty before,
Stop
did you?
it, grandfather.
Now, you're going to have to face the facts, young lady. If you ever want to have sex again, you're going to have to pay for it.
Shut up, Alice. Just shut your damn mouth.
Why should I? So Medusa here can still live in Fantasyland? Face the facts. Luis doesn't love you. And he never will.
You see how well Jonathan is sleeping? It's another reason I know the holistic treatment is working so well.
Yeah, he looks like he's sleeping comfortably.
Ethan, everything is going to be okay. You just watch. Jonathan is going to pull through this, and he's going to grow up, and we're going to watch him learn to walk and talk and do all the things that children do.
God, Glenn.
We are going to get to enjoy the things with Jonathan that we never got to enjoy with Sarah because of Teresa.
Do me a favor, don't start bashing on Teresa right now, okay?
Yeah, you're right. Teresa will have nothing to do with Jonathan's future, especially now that Jane is not going to be his donor. Jonathan's going to pull through this on his own. He's going to be just fine without Teresa's so-called help.
So Julian isn't your father, sweetheart. Ethan is.
Mom, this is great. Better than great. I'd always wished that Uncle Ethan was my father, and now he is.
Yes, he is. You and Jane both have Ethan and me for parents.
But why didn't you tell me sooner?
I wanted to tell you. It's just, things were so complicated, and they still are. But you know what? One day I'm going to tell you everything. But for now, I just wanted you to know that you and Jane both have Ethan for a father.
I promise not to tell.
Thank you.
Is Uncle Ethan happy that I'm his son?
He doesn't know.
He doesn't?
And right now, we can't tell him. Right now, we can't tell anyone. We have to keep who your real daddy is a secret.
Right now, pretty for the hideous truth, no man is ever going to be with you unless he loses a bet where he needs a lot of money to survive or he's paid handsomely for his services.
Hey, do not listen to him, okay? It's not true. You'll find a man that loves you one day.
One day, but...
Well, come on, Louise. Louise, hello. You see, one grind with you, and she's wondering where you're going to take her on her honeymoon.
Can you blame me for being starved for affection and love? I might be ugly on the outside, Grandfather. I might have this scar, but I'm beautiful where it counts. On the inside, I am beautiful.
Oh, no man gives a damn about you being beautiful on the inside, and they're not going to take enough time to figure out the outside.
I did.
See, Grandfather?
Well, yeah, but Louise pities you like he pities the last dog in the pound that nobody else wants.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Is it? Why don't you come over here? I want you to take a look at yourself. Look at yourself! You're ugly. You're hideous.
Get your hands off her. Why don't you just leave her alone?
Why? What is it now? It's old Luis, hero to the rescue. Why don't you kiss her? You can kiss her boo-boos away, huh? And tell her that someday a strong man like you will love her.
What are you talking about? What do you mean I'll never see Endora again?
Timmy came to tell Tabby she needs to stop hurting people to get Endora back.
Timmy, I can't stop. The dark side is demanding I do evil in order to ransom Endora and Miguel. If I don't do it, then my daughter and Kay's true love will be lost to us forever.
No, they won't. Doing evil won't bring back loved ones.
This is why I called you batting for brains, lad. You still have no idea as to the ways of the netherworld, do you? I can't do any sort of good, or the dark side will keep Endora and Miguel. They're testing me all the time, Timmy. I won't even be allowed to raise Endora myself unless I can convince my bosses that I am truly a wicked witch. And so I have to do evil. I have to be as vile and as hateful as possible, or I won't get my daughter back. And I want to get her back. Endora's everything to me. I'm still recovering from losing you. If I lost Endora... And Kay is desperate to get Miguel back. So you see, lad, I'm stuck. I have to go on doing evil. I have to do as the dark side says. I have to cause pain and suffering, or I won't get our loved ones back.
Tabby's not listening to Timmy. Doing evil won't bring Endora back. Doing evil will keep Dora Miguel from coming back.
Pretty deserves to be loved. By a man, by her family, by her friends, by anyone who's lucky enough to know her.
Oh, gag me. You're lying through your teeth.
What the hell is wrong with you? Really, how do you talk to your own granddaughter like this? How do you hurt her like this?
You've been, Louise. You've seen what I do to Sheridan, what I've done to Fancy. They don't make me vomit, though. But with Pretty, I've got ugly plans, just as ugly as she is.
Jimmy, please. Pay attention to what I'm saying. I'm only following orders. I have to do evil to get Endora back.
Tabby's not listening to Timmy. He came all the way to tell her she's going about this the wrong way. Tabby must try goodness to get Endora Miguel back. Goodness.
Timmy? Timmy! No, don't leave me. Timmy?
Remember what Timmy told the princess. Goodness is the way. Goodness.
Timmy, no, please don't leave me. Timmy, don't leave me. Come back.
No, don't even listen to him, okay? Everyone knows Alistair's as mean and horrible as they come. The only reason he tortures you is because he can.
Now, Louise, I told Pretty the truth. She's so naive and pathetic. She thinks she would have a chance with the first man ever touched her. And you, Louise, having sex with Pretty and betraying Fancy. What a pair you two make.
You're a real son of a bitch, you know?
No. Let's, for example, say that you managed to make Pretty pregnant, okay? That only means that I steal another one of your children. And a little playmate for Marty. Because, you know, the kid is so lonely after his afternoon beatings. I think he'd be very happy to have a playmate like your bastard child.
Louise! No, stop! Oh my God, Louise, stop!
That's right, you drink up, sweetheart. This herbal treatment is gonna make you all better. You don't need a partial liver transplant to survive. Everything is gonna be just fine without ever having to involve little Ethan as a potential donor.
I'm so glad you finally know the truth. That Jonathan is your brother, and that you and Jane and Jonathan all have Ethan for a father.
Mom, it's the best news ever. Ethan's my dad after all.
Yes, he is. But, you know, we can't say anything to anyone, okay? At least not yet, okay?
You can count on me.
Teresa.
Daddy!
Oh, hey.